I'm the fuck out. I didn't even get started on what I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that movie was crazy.
Crazy, Francie. Yeah.
What are the specials tonight?
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Hey everybody, Specialists in Nothing, back at you again, talking about everything, specializing in nothing. My name is Frank. As always, Joe and Danny, you guys want to say what's up?
What up? What up?
How you doing? Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you.
You don't know me by now, bro?
If you don't know me by now,
That's what you came in your head.
then you'll never, ever, ever, ever really know me. Yeah, that song was the shit, bro. Back in the day. Forget about it.
I mean,
Getting to know
the
someone.
shit back in the day, it's still the shit. What are you talking about?
It's still the shit, but specifically back in the day, it was the shit. Do you remember that song or no?
I do.
I love that shit. I think getting to know people is probably one of, I guess, the coolest actions that one can take in life. There's so many people. Getting to know everybody is just fucking. I feel like I know you guys pretty well.
You should, after fucking 10 plus years with both.
10 plus years, bro. We're going on almost 18, all of us.
Well, that's why
Shit.
it's not over 20. I could have said 15 plus, but
I mean, either way, but it's like, you know, it's weird because people like in movies, they're like, I know you better than you know you. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't know me. You don't know me.
no, there's some things that we know you better than you know yourself.
And this is true. And there's some things that I guess, yeah, everybody.
Absolutely.
Well, so they say that there's a Japanese proverb and it goes with like, you have three faces. One you show your friends, one you show your family, and one you don't show anybody. And the one you don't show anybody is the face, or the character you become when you're alone. So they say that you're a version of yourself that nobody else knows. And everybody who knows you has a different version of you that they believe in. Even people you see in the streets that just you catch an eye, you lock eyes for a second. That person has a whole different life or background story for you that you don't even know about. You could be the villain in someone's life and you won't even know it. I'm a villain.
In a few people's lives.
Yeah. The list goes on and on and on. I feel bad. It's horrible. I try not to be, but you can't be the hero in everyone's story, and that's the bottom line.
Dude, there's definitely people fucking like our friend.
Yeah, like the guy that you cut off on the shoulder the other day. You're the villain in his story.
I haven't cut off anybody like that in a while. I have to say, I
Flipping
was
the
very bad
bird.
like that in the sense of like road rage and just like stuff like that. But ever since I've had kids in the last 5 years, like each year, I've calmed down more and more to the point of when we were driving to Pennsylvania last weekend, I was driving home and I drove there. Karen drove home. I was going like 5 miles under the speed limit, like 17 times. When I looked down, I was like, oh shit. Like, and I started speeding up again.
Is that because you're a dad or because you're an adult?
I don't know, but either way, like as I've gotten older, I definitely drive slower. Like Karen still drives like 10 miles an hour over the speed limit on the highway. Like when she's
Right,
coming
but
home, if
how
it's
does that
70,
make you
she's
the
going
villain
80.
in somebody's story.
No, I'm not saying that. We started talking about driving. You said you couldn't beat people, like you're the villain and someone cutting
Yeah,
someone off.
because
And I said, I don't really
when you
drive
cut
like that
somebody
anymore.
off and then you flip them the bird, they're probably having a shitty day and they're like late for work and stuff. Like this fucking jerk off coming off on the road today on the BQE.
Yeah, I know. And I'm saying I haven't done that in a while. So I haven't been that type of villain in a long
So you
time.
haven't
And
been
then
a
we
villain in a
started
while.
talking about why.
Okay. What do you think that you guys know about me that I don't know about me?
I don't think you want me to say that on here.
Re-ask the question.
What do you think you know about me that I don't know about me?
Jerry Maguire, that's all I'm gonna say.
Jerry Maguire.
I know what he's talking about. He's such a dick, but I get it, and I love you anyway.
I love you too.
Well, there's a
I
couple of
don't
things.
know, man. That's deep. I don't know. You gotta let me think about it. I don't want to answer that.
That's gonna take a minute, though. You can't just think about it. Like, I know that Joe is the king of contradiction, where he'll be like, yeah, bro, totally, absolutely. Well, nah, actually, no.
Yeah, but that's not something he doesn't know about himself because he just laughed even when you said it. Like, he
Yeah, but
knows.
I really
But,
don't
like,
think
Did
I
it that
did what
before?
everybody
Like
always
he'll
says.
do it anyway, and
I do.
I'll be like, yo, you do it again. He's like, I know. Or Frank when he says like some filler words sometimes, all the time. You know you do that, but you do it anyway. But you've been getting a little bit better when I talk to you. I noticed. Not better, not saying that you have to like change who you are. But
Knowing someone better than they know themselves is meaning like, I know what you're gonna do before it happens, and then when you do it, you're like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I've told you that you're gonna do that a million times before, and that's why I say Jerry Maguire, because like that's something what that is. Like it's oh, I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do. I know what
Here
you're
it
gonna do. You
comes.
don't even know
Waiting
what you're
for
gonna
it.
do. You don't even realize it. You don't know what you're gonna do, but I know what you're gonna do because I've seen you do it that many times because I'm that close with you, or that's how those type of like things go.
I guess so.
Like I'm sure like if you guys go out to somewhere, I don't know, something, you could be like, oh, we've been to how many concerts over the last 10 years together or whatever. I'm sure you could be like, yo, I know what Danny's gonna do. He's about to dance. Like look at the way he's moving.
Yeah,
I know
word.
he's things like that. Something like, so that's how I feel like knowing someone better than they know themselves would be.
I could see that. I could see that. I like getting to know someone like in the very beginning when you like a first date, let's just say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have all these questions that you want to ask this person, but you don't want to get too detailed about it. But it's like you want to find out a little bit about them, but you don't want to dig too deep too soon.
Yeah.
Like there's some good conversation starters. Like, what's the craziest, most outrageous thing that you want to achieve, or that you've ever done? Something like that.
Well,
I know. What do you mean? I know.
you really don't know what mine is on that.
The craziest.
Say that out loud again, like you're asking it to me, and then answer. See if you can answer it for me first.
What's the craziest, most outrageous thing that you've ever achieved, or I'm sorry, want to achieve, or that you've ever done?
You asked the question. How's he supposed to know?
Well, he said ask the question again, so I wasn't sure which one he was referring to. So I named them both, I guess. I don't know. Joe, what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
I can't believe that.
I don't do nothing.
Like in life.
No, but you didn't say done. You said want to achieve.
I know. I don't know.
All right, Frank wants to become
A lot of
TikTok
crazy
famous.
shit.
We
No,
get
I don't
it.
want to become TikTok famous.
He wants to become famous.
The ultimate goal is I want to be a fucking millionaire and I want to be famous. Like that.
Right,
is
but
the
that's
thing.
not the craziest, most outrageous thing you want to achieve.
I mean, that is an outrageous goal. It is hard to achieve. Like a lot of people will say it like easily, like, oh, I wish I was rich, or yeah, I wish I was famous, like, or like this, not like, but that's why, like, when I teased you earlier about like going to the beach, right? I am right now in that type of mode for the next like at least year or two where like if I have a day off, no, I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to do something fun. I'd rather network on my fucking thing, start following more people to follow me back, go into fucking lives or whatever, make more fucking content, post more shit, try to get another fucking production thing up,
Frank's
do
a
another art
hustler.
show. Like I want to try and just do a fucking
determined
million
about
things
that.
with
Yeah.
exactly for every second of every day for at least the next couple of years. And if by
You
that
wanna-
point I still haven't done it or made it, all right, whatever. But like, dude, between the food truck, between the vending machine thing that I want to do, between the art gallery, like the promotion companies thing I want to start doing, between the TikTok stuff, between trying to do acting with Joe, like how Coppola said that he could like help him with the agent thing and stuff like that. I want to do so many different things in the next like 2 years. So to
Right.
me, that is an outrageous thing that you want to achieve. If you really, really want to do it and you're not just saying it like leisurely, like, yeah, I'd love to be famous. I want to be famous. I wish one of my videos was. No. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I want to put in like Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson fucking type of work and fucking really
Where
become
can
fucking
where can
famous
I go
with it.
see you, bro?
No, I'm
Frank
serious.
Frank
Like,
Pop Productions coming soon.
I'm really trying to start like a Frank's Pop Productions thing. and,
Danny
like,
can
start
get
doing
you in
different-
an open mic if you're interested.
No, well,
Yeah,
that
but
I
his
know.
pussy ass doesn't want to do that shit.
That I know. We've talked about it. I
He's
want to start
bailing
doing
on
that
me.
too. But
Fucking guy wants to do all this, but he won't go do an open mic for
No,
He
5
can't
it's-
do
it's
comedy
different
for
being in
15
front of the-
minutes.
it's different being in front of a camera compared to being in front of a crowd of people.
Why?
Because a crowd of people say stuff right in front of you,
You
to
know,
your
if you
face, or
have a
like give
crowd
you
of
emotions
people
or
in front of
reactions
you,
right to your face.
most
Like,
Which
likely
is
there's
what
gonna be
human
camera.
interaction is all about.
but
I'm
that's
sorry,
what I'm saying.
Joe?
Like when it's a video or when it's from camera stuff, like the people's comments or this and that, like it's not like when I'm doing it or before. Like if I'm telling a jokes for like 5-10 minutes, right? And in the middle of my joke, I see that people aren't enjoying it or whatever, and I get all fucking like it'll fuck me up. I don't do that when I record a video. I make my video, I post it. I might see some negative comments later. I might see some
Right, which
positive
is
ones,
why
and then
Danny
like make
said,
corrections.
which is why I understand Danny said you want to be TikTok famous. But you said, no, you don't want to be TikTok famous. So
No, I don't, because that's not the ultimate goal. But yes, I have had a problem with that recently. But I've
Gotta get
also
you- gotta get you some
I've also
classes,
in the
bro.
last
Gotta
year
get you some
come
classes.
so far in a lot of that stuff than I was in the past. So
You should have the girls set up. Excuse me. You should have the girls set up like all their dolls and shit, and then have them sit. And you practice with them. I'm fucking serious.
I know that's not a bad idea, actually.
That's such a great story. Imagine you become the greatest comic.
So what's
How'd
the
you
craziest
start?
thing you've ever done?
You got a while.
Joe, you're up next. I could say off the top of my head, the first thing that comes to mind, one of the craziest things I've ever done, not like a most wild, outrageous type of thing, but I went to the Grand Canyon with my buddy Nick a couple of years back. We took a road trip and I was literally sitting at the edge of the Grand Canyon. Whereas like if my brain was said jump and my body followed, that's it. I was that close to the edge of the
That's
Grand
pretty
Canyon.
scary.
Yeah. It's a whole fucking weird thing, because not to like try to convince your brain and your organs not to jump, but you're sitting there at the edge of the Grand Canyon and you're like, so much history has been here, and I'm sitting on the rock with my feet dangling off of a cliff. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is pretty crazy. I'm actually mad that I know you did that now.
Joe, do you know the craziest thing that you either want to achieve? or-
Honestly, one of the craziest things I can think of, like right off the top of my head, is many, many years ago when I was a teenager.
Oh, this is done, not achieve.
No,
This is not current. This is in the
is
past.
done in the past.
No, I'm saying this isn't something you want to achieve. This is something that was
Right.
okay.
We went
Many years
to-
ago.
Many, many, many years ago. Okay.
More than 5.
Way more than 5 years ago. So just to clear that. We went to Bermuda and we went cliff diving, me and my brother. And
Oh,
at that
shit.
point, I remember that being so scary because that was the 1st time I
Mhm.
ever did that. And I was really young because it was such a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I had walked up this cliff and jumped off of it into the ocean.
That's wild.
And
No,
it
I
was
feel that.
so much fun and so exhilarating.
I want to
never
do that
forget
so
How old-
bad.
how
At
old are
that
you?
point, that was like, oh man, I must have been like 16,
Same.
17 years old.
That's what I wanted to ask. So the first time I ever went cliff jumping, I was like 16, and it was like at Lake Mead in Vegas. And yeah, same thing, dude. I feel you. I mean, see, I wouldn't put that under like the most craziest thing I've done. Like I was trying to think of like
Yeah, but you
crazy,
can't-
like
I
when
I
you were like.
have
you
done
gotta-
some crazy shit too.
But that's what I'm saying, and I can't like I'm
You
not.
know?
I'm like trying to pick out something too, and off the top, like on the spot, I don't know. I just can't really.
I definitely want to go cliff jumping or cliff diving, whatever you call it.
You've never been cliff diving before?
No, so I've
It's fun.
I've jumped from like a cliff into like a hot springs or something, but it was like 12 feet up, 15
Oh
feet
yeah,
up.
no.
I want to go like
Steps.
from the top of a waterfall and jump
Yeah.
in with the waterfall.
So,
No, dude.
Danny, to be
Yes, Joe.
fair on your part, I saw a video of you swinging on a swing rope
Oh yes,
into the water. And that
yes.
shit was pretty high
That was
up in
pretty
the
high
air.
up there.
man.
That was fun.
That's
That
I
cool.
was
took a
fun.
rope swing many years ago.
A long time ago, and I seen this through video.
I was on a river and I was on a boat, and we pull over to the side and there's like this giant rope hanging from a tree. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna fucking swing off that thing. I climbed up it. I'm like 30 feet up in the air. I swing off this rope and I let go in like the middle of it. And it was a solid like 20, 25 feet up, 100%. And it was
That's
really
what's up.
cool. It was a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool.
So that was cool. I made sure that the water was deep though. Like I swam over to it first. I went to swim all the way down to the bottom, touch it, and I was like, all right, I got enough room. Let me go. And bam, I checked it out.
Word.
It was a good time. I think he would do it. I think he would do it. It's
I-
fun.
I-
It's
cliff
exciting.
diving is
I
exhilarating.
don't think Frank would do it.
Cliff diving.
That's the one thing. That's my answer to that question previously. One thing that you know about somebody else that they don't know. I know Frank ain't gonna do shit like that.
No,
You don't know me well enough then, because I would do
it
it.
up like he would, but when he gets there, he's gonna be shaking pants.
he's like, nah, I'm good. Thanks.
You could think that if you want to, that's fine. But I'm very big on stuff like that. I love doing flips off stuff. Like I'm very big like that. I could do back.
Frank's ready to break his neck right now. He's like,
I'm
I'll do
serious
it.
though. I can. I
He's
could
about
do.
to back up and do a backflip.
I'm
I
serious.
believe, bro. I believe you. I'm not saying anything.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. The last time I have went cliff jumping, I was like 17 or 18. So like, yeah, it was like all teen years. And I lived in Vegas before I moved back to New York. But no, we used to go. It was like 60, 70 feet. It was cool as fuck.
Shit. All right. Come on this boat ride with me. We make our own beef jerky. It's fun. You should come check it out. Oh,
I honestly have always wanted to do that. Like talking about like the camp thing and like whatever. Like I actually do want to go camping one day, but do it like real deal and exactly like hunt a fucking animal, go hunting.
hunt an
camping.
animal, bro. What kind of camping? Are you
I swear to God, I do. I
talking
want to go. I want to go.
about?
I want to go
This isn't
hunt
naked
an
and
animal,
afraid, bro.
cook it, like skin it, like whatever. Actually camp in tents, like.
All right, I'll
full
drop
on
you off in the
camp.
Amazon.
Oh, you want to
I'm
go
serious.
on a voyage, Frank?
Well, I mean, I'd like
Not
to
a
go with.
camping trip.
Obviously, I'd like to go with someone that like knows their shit. But I'm gonna bring up his name again. Like my buddy Roger goes hunting all the time and shit like that.
Yo,
So I would totally
the kid
go
you
with
go
him.
into the zombie apocalypse house with.
Yeah, exactly. So I would totally be like, "Yo, Raj, can you show me how to
No,
hunt
but-
the gut an animal? Like, let's
I
go
understand
camping."
what he's saying.
Bro, you think you could catch a squirrel?
No, not
No
a squirrel,
way.
but that's what I'm saying. Like he goes hunting all the time. I would be like, "Yo,
No.
you want to go camping? Like,
I
and go
feel
hunting
you.
together and blah blah."
You
And like
could
just
do
go through that
trips.
whole
I
experience.
want to go to Colorado, Frank. And I wanna
Yeah, like
take-
that.
I
That
wanna
would be cool.
take a 3-day
Real
camping,
camping
a
trip.
hunting camping
Yes,
trip. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So he
I
gets
know
what I
what
mean.
you said.
And just
He gets
whatever
it.
food
Like
you
only,
find.
only
No,
like
so you'll pack stuff. You'll like have
Yeah.
a little grill.
you could get
you
canned
know.
foods and like
Make
whatever.
sure you bring a can
water.
opener.
Yeah, and you bring water and whatever stuff like that, and then hopefully you catch some fish or you get hunt an
Right.
animal or whatever. And
Make sure you go and watch the show Meat Eater
okay,
on Netflix. I'm serious. You're gonna
Meat
really,
Eater.
you're gonna fucking love it.
all right,
Love
I'll check it
You're
out.
gonna love it. It's a hunting show.
All
But
right,
There's like zero of it. It's like
Have you ever-
you're there in the hunt with them, and it's crazy watching everything they hunt.
I wonder if he's on it. But have you ever heard of the guy Donnie Dust?
No,
So he's like an outdoorsman that like literally makes everything out of stuff that he fought. Like he'll make an axe out of like wood that he gets off a tree and rocks and stuff like that and
that's
leather
pretty
and
dope.
everything is handmade and he does it all. Like
Where's
he'll
he get
bang
the
the
leather
rocks
from?
together and shows you and he makes it. He shows you. He'll fucking split trees and like weave it and makes his
Oh,
own
I see
rope
what
and
you're
like
saying.
he does
With,
everything.
like the tree bark. He'll
Makes
tie
his
it
own
together.
wax, makes everything. So all the stuff that he does,
Fucking survivalist.
he has like, yeah, exactly. But he's on National Geographic or like Discovery or one of those.
Okay,
He has
here's a
show,
question.
And
Do you
he's
think?
awesome with that
Do you
stuff.
know
So I'll
Duck
totally watch
Dynasty?
that. Yeah, I watched Duck Dynasty before.
you
I'll
think you
I'll
could
check out
survive?
Media though.
You think you could survive 3 weeks in the wilderness?
Yes,
Yes.
No.
absolutely.
Uh,
Even if I didn't have water and stuff like
No
that, like I've
way.
watched enough stuff and know enough
Maybe-
stuff and
maybe-
been enough outdoors that yeah, I do.
4
Me-
days and I'm good, and then I'm calling it quits. I'm not doing it for 3 weeks. No way, Jose.
Yeah, you know what? I'm such a fucking baby. Like, I need to be comfortable. I need to have food. I'm very picky. I can't just eat whatever.
See, I'm such like a fucking
That's
animal
what
that-
that's what would get me. Everything else would be good for me except like food. I don't know what the fuck I would do.
I feel you. Like I could build shelter if if it came down to it. I could stay warm. I could build a
Right.
fire. But when it comes to food, I'm like, what's for dinner? Somebody else.
I mean, there's plenty of berries and stuff that you wouldn't think to eat that you can. That like even if you
True.
picked them, they'd be like
Bro, you
tart
don't know
or
what's
nasty,
poisonous
but like
or what's not poisonous.
red and sweet are good to eat.
How do you know if it's
Actually, I heard
sweet unless you eat it?
Well, I'm saying like, but you take a little. You're not gonna die from like a little fucking. Oh, let me taste this and see if it's good or not. You know what I mean?
If you're in the Amazon,
Okay,
to be fair,
different.
you
I'm not
might
talking
be
about the
able-
Amazon,
you might
but-
die.
I'm not talking about the Amazon. I'm talking about like if you said like how you said Colorado, but stuff like that. There, I mean, you'd have to, look up, I guess.
But, like
Obviously.
even a
But
fish, if you
there's
go
plenty
fishing,
of
I don't know what part of a fish you can and cannot eat.
See, that's what I'm saying. I do know
I
how to
do,
gut a fish.
but
yeah,
I don't
like,
eat fish, so I would have to force myself to eat something I don't want, which I would
Especially
do, but to
if we were
survive.
by water, and especially if it was salt water, like you could do crabs.
Yeah,
like,
how are you
there's-
going to catch the fish? You
But
gonna
it's
go in there with
easy.
your bare hands?
You can make crab
Like a
traps.
net or something.
No, they're like metal and stuff, or
You're
like
gonna
you get
make
twigs
make
with-
a net. You don't have, like, when you
Well, that's the thing. You wouldn't make a net like you
what
got to
material? Where
find.
would you
You're
start?
gonna make a
It
metal
depends.
crab
You'd have to
trap.
find stuff.
What are you
like,
gonna
know what I
find?
mean?
Litter in the middle of the Amazon?
No, but I mean, you can get twigs and stuff together and tie it
Twigs?
together. Yeah, twigs can get wet.
What are
and
you
go
gonna tie
underground.
it with?
Whatever, you split other ones. Well, that's what I'm saying. I learned this from this guy. So there's certain types of thinner like branches that when you can bend them and they don't just snap, those are the ones that you would
What if
take.
you're in a part of the Amazon forest where those trees
There's
don't?
no. Okay, there are always, because there's always in any kind of forest like that, there's always multiple different types of trees.
Okay,
So there's
fair
certain
enough,
trees
fair
that are
enough.
like branches that are like bigger, and then like some of their
Yeah.
smaller branches that like can bend that don't necessarily just snap.
All right,
those are
it would
ones you
take
get,
it would take me a
split
couple
'em.
days, but I would
Yeah.
manage. I know
Or
what you
maybe
get
a
at.
day, because honestly, if you're not stopping and it's the only thing you have to do because you
I
want to
know,
eat,
yeah.
you're doing it 5-6 hours straight. I'm splitting a bunch of fucking branches. I'm weaving them together to make my rope. I'm putting the bigger logs together, having holes in there so the crabs can get in, but having something that can flap down when they get in that like locks them in or whatever it is, and fucking figure that out to make
You're
it.
a man. You'll make it. You'll figure
I'm
it
saying
out.
put some rocks inside of it so it weighs down, put a rope on it and fucking, or
Rocks.
know where it is and like, go back to it later. Hopefully get some type of bait or something that you can find that they like, some kind of dead fish or something that you can find that washed up or something somewhere. Put it in there and fucking hopefully you get some crabs. Same thing with some kind of fishing line or something like that. Same thing. I would try and make some kind of long rope or whatever. I'd use a fucking another twig. You know what I mean? You could definitely fish. You can make some kind of spear. You can go spear fishing. You could wait and fucking for an animal. Exactly. If you, like you said, you're not going to catch a squirrel. You could try and get a bow and arrow. You can make a bow and arrow in the wild. Bow and
Fuck it.
arrow with a
I'm
fucking.
dead. Day 5. I'm not doing it.
But I'm saying bow and arrow. I'm sitting in the woods for like 2 hours waiting to hear a fucking squeak. Oh, I see a rabbit. I'm gonna fucking try and get it. Hopefully I do. And on this dinner tonight. You know what I mean? But it is possible. So I do
Anything's
think that I could
possible.
fucking make it for
Rabbits are
3
quick,
weeks.
though.
I would love to go on like that kind of show, like Survivor or something like that. I would. Well, Survivor was more like a voted off thing, though. It wasn't like just surviving in the woods.
No. That's like Naked and Afraid, I think, or something
Yeah,
similar.
exactly. But I
One
wouldn't
of
want to be
those.
naked on TV.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll do it naked.
Nah, fuck that. My peepee's too small.
No way, because it's like you don't know what's gonna crawl in your butt crack and shit, and you don't
No,
want
yeah,
twigs and berries.
I wouldn't.
and-
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sleep like that.
There
Oh, but
was
that's what I was
one
gonna say
time-
before.
Hold
when
on,
Jo-
there was one time, a long time ago, many years. Joe
Way
and
such a long time ago.
more than 5.
More than 5. More than 5.
Joe and I are going to the city for a concert, and we see this homeless guy laying on the bus stop. And
Oh my god.
he's got a blunt in his butt crack, and he's just chilling
Bro.
there. He's like sleeping on the bench. and
sleeping
I'm
on
like,
the
"Oh, is that a
bench with
blunt?"
his ass out, and literally like it looked like a blunt or a twig sticking in his ass crack.
That's funny.
I'm thinking some young kids rolled him a blunt and stuck it in his ass crack, so when he wakes up, he has some special treat.
Dinner is served, but then he's gonna
That's
smoke
funny.
it with his butt crack taste.
Yeah, that's gross.
I don't know.
Especially
Homeless, you think he gives a shit if
No,
it tastes
probably
like
not.
butt crack?
His own butt crack, I guess.
It's his own butt crack.
No, but like how you said before, like you need comfort and like stuff like that. That's one thing that Karen says to me all the time. I could fall asleep anywhere. Like I could lay on the fucking ground and just get comfortable by rolling over a couple times or whatever and fall asleep. So I like in the sense
See,
of comfort like that, I don't really need that.
When
I'm
it comes
such
to
an animal.
comfort and me, I don't need a blanket, but I need a pillow.
You can't get like a couple branches of some leaves and bunch them together. Fucking
I might be able to, but I'd rather the pillow over a blanket,
I hear you.
if it comes down to it.
Like, what if it was like a show like that though? Like, win $1 million, survive in the wilderness for 3 weeks. Like, you think you'd be able to not use a pillow for 3 weeks for something like that?
No, I'd have to get a couple branches and leaves
Danny-
together and push them
Danny
up
can't even
together.
sacrifice an hour of sleep to help me make content more. He's definitely can't not have a pillow for 3 weeks.
Yo,
Why are you
I'm
beating
gonna-
Danny up? The man's tired.
He's always tired.
I'm always doing shit.
Me too.
I didn't say you weren't.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just against sleep lately. I really am. I'm like, even like how I
You're
said with the
against
whole,
sleep because you don't sleep.
no, but
That's
even
why.
like with the whole want to achieve thing, like, I don't mind not sleeping. Like the other day, I did the overnight shift, right? I came home, I got like 2.5 hours sleep. I had to wake up with the kids because Karen went to work, but then like I was doing shit on the computer. I wanted to get a bunch of shit done. I was like, all right, might as well if I got to get a bunch of stuff done anyway. And then last night, same thing. I only got 4 hours of sleep. So in the last 72 hours, I've had 6 hours of sleep.
Are you bragging about that?
No, I mean, yeah, kind of to a sense, because in 72 hours, only having to sleep 6, you know how many more hours of production I had and shit that I got done that hopefully I can achieve this fucking outrageous goal in the next couple of years.
What's
Yes.
the goal? What's the goal?
Famous.
Honestly,
Famous?
the big like long-term goal right now, that's not like, oh, the outrageous ultimate lifetime goal, but like if I could be a millionaire by 25, that's like a goal.
25 years old. You
No,
passed that.
2025.
So in 3 years from now,
Mhm.
you want to be a millionaire. Okay.
Frank, aren't
I
you
support
older
that.
than 25 already?
In 2025, not
I
when
know,
I'm
but
25.
why Danny would have even thought you meant that?
Because he
Oh
said,
yeah, I don't know.
he said at 25, I want to blah blah blah.
Yeah, like at 2025.
Well, most people would think at 35, I wrote.
I don't know. I knew what he was talking about.
Thank you, Joe.
Most people, aka you.
Joe's having focus camera problems. Danny's having
I'm
mental
actually
focus
looking
problems.
pretty nice.
No, I'm kidding.
He does.
That
He
was
looks
my last
fresh
one. I
as
feel like
fuck,
I am
boy.
picking-
Like this is the freshest it's ever cleaned in on.
So I got another question that's kind of like random, but what word or saying from the past do you think should come back?
Fat with the P.
PH fat?
That's a good
PH
one.
Fat.
That is a good one.
That's fat.
That's interesting.
That's fat. That's fat. That's what it is.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that I say
Oh, I got another what? Wow.
is kind of like relevant. Like it's not out of date or anything. But if I want something to come back into style, groovy. I want the word groovy to come back into style.
Really?
You would.
100%. Yep.
Yes, he would.
All right.
Like, yo, I'm gonna check out this thing tonight. It's got some pretty low key music, nice vibe. It's really groovy. You should check it out. If it's groovy, you're not gonna go. I'm going. Next time you want me to do anything, be like, yo, it's real groovy. And I'm like, no doubt, I'm in.
All right.
Do you remember one of the strangest dreams you've had?
I don't dream. And if I do, I don't remember it. Instantly, the second I open my eyes, it just vanishes.
Frank doesn't dream either.
I was say we've talked about this before. You know that both of us don't dream. You just wanted to tell us about one of your crazy fucking dreams. And here we go.
No,
We've
no,
talked
no,
about
no.
him telling you dreams, ladies and gentlemen. You
This
guys
is-
get to hear one of Danny's dream stories now.
This
Come on,
is-
give us your most
this
recent
is
dream
Frank
story.
thinking he knows me better than I know me.
Don't act like you weren't gonna say a dream story. You know you want us
I
to ask
wasn't.
you.
No,
You know you're
I-
waiting for us to ask you back so you can be like, dude, yeah, I had this dream last night. Fucking
did
Channing
have a
Tatum
wild
was
dream last
flying
night.
over my bed, and then he told me to come with him. And then I don't know, we were in Marshmallow Land, but it was so real. I know
Ryan
you-
Reynolds showed up. Ryan Reynolds shows up anywhere I'm going. I'm like, yeah, I'll go with that guy. Do I trust him? Not really, but I know he's funny.
I wouldn't trust him, but I definitely still follow him.
Do you
He's
think
just got that
that?
type of charisma.
Do you think that your parents had any type of influence on these goals that you've had?
Absolutely.
In what way?
What am I interviewing for
In every
fucking
way.
college then?
Well, this
For
is
real,
getting to
dude.
know someone.
You
see
want
what
to
I
know
mean?
if
Like
my
on first
parents
dates,
influenced me?
on first dates, or when you meet someone, you get to know someone. Everyone's like, "Oh, what do you do for work?
This
What do
is
you
not
like to
our
do?"
first date, Danny.
I know, Joe. I'm just trying to say, like,
Imagine Danny went on a first date like that. Like he had little cards. Like he was just like, what's your most outrageous goal you want to achieve? So wait, no. You have to tell me this one. What's your guilty pleasure? Like-
What fun fact about your parents describes you best?
you're stupid. You're stupid. I hate you both.
I'm
This
gonna.
isn't,
I'm
this
just
isn't
bugging
an
you
episode
about
of
it.
New Girl. All right, I'm just saying.
I take it back on the last comment of oh, that was my last one. Is this something that you learned in the self-help books? Okay.
No, Frank. This is me just learning how to have a conversation with another human, trying to get to know someone.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Well, we use like a child.
Wait.
Where's home for you?
I got a
quote
better one.
unquote.
A more fun getting to know you question.
Okay.
If you had an intro music song to your life, what would it be?
Rocky.
Call me maybe.
Oh, Joe, that's so. I love it. I love it.
Right? And Danny right behind me.
So here's my number.
That's funny. What about you, D?
An intro song to what? Like if I walked into a
Like
place.
if your life was a TV show or a movie, what would the intro song be for you playing?
That's a good one. Maybe what, like an old school.
Face and I don't care what you think.
Maybe like an old school Motown song.
I was
Like,
thinking like
it's a
Billie Jean.
beautiful morning.
Actually, I can see that for you,
Yeah.
like especially if
Think
it's like an
I'll
opening
go
scene of him waking up.
outside for a while and just smile.
Mr.
Hell
Positive.
yes. Hell yes.
That's a
I
good
would probably
one.
pick something like that. What about you? What do you think? Every morning when you wake up, what plays?
Wake up, sleepyhead. I
Oh,
think
yeah?
the sun's a little brighter. Yeah, no, totally. Because that part of that Dave Matthews song is my alarm. So that's what I hear every morning.
So you do listen to that every day.
But yeah, I'd probably have to go with something like that, like a Dave Matthews jam band. Like that's most of the music I listen to is like Dave Matthews, Jason Mraz, Jack Johnson, like all that type of stuff. So I mean, I listen to everything else still too, but like 9 out of 10 times what I'm putting on the regular is that type of stuff.
I feel you. Neither of you guys play an instrument, right? I mean, Frank, we know you could bang on a drum, but that doesn't really count as an instrument.
Yo,
You
F
know-
you, the drums are an instrument.
You
Give
know?
Frank 2 buckets and he'll sing you a song.
Yeah? I believe
No,
it.
absolutely not.
TikTok it.
I should, right?
I
I'm
could
gonna
play-
make a TikTok of me playing my drum now, just so Danny can shut up.
I can play the
That's
harmonica.
something cool.
I had a feeling it was a harmonica or the flute.
Harmonica.
remember. I feel like I knew that it was one of
Really,
those.
you can actually like play the harmonica? Like you weren't just saying that joking?
Pretty decently. Like I could tune it. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's a little weird. I don't know why. I've always had a fascination with them secretly.
No, I think harmonicas are
And
cool.
I got a couple of really good ones. And I could tune them. I could make it sound nice.
Well, you D.
It'd make it sound nice.
I can make it
Uh,
a little nice.
An instrument, I could do the air guitar pretty well. I could play the air drums.
So wait, you ready for this? Do you know I
Dun, dun,
actually
dun,
know
dun,
someone
dun,
that
dun.
is a professional air guitar?
Yes.
I remember you telling me something about this.
I work with this kid that he's been on ESPN for like competitions and stuff, and he's like an actual air guitar champion. That they made this like play about him, and he's
Oh
gone to
my
like a
God.
few different colleges, and they've
To
hired
play air
him-
guitar.
Well, they've hired him to teach the people who were playing the part of him the choreography, because the story is about like the air guitar champion from Staten Island, and so basically the play is basically about him, and he's been on ESPN the Ocho a few times, and
The Ocho.
he's been on like YouTube for like air guitaring and shit. He's a professional air guitarist technically.
Is ESPN
And he's gotten paid
the
for this.
Ocho a real thing?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
No,
like
it's
that
just
was
from
in
Dodgeball?
dodgeball. No, that was in dodgeball, but it is a real thing. They like do stupid sports and stuff like certain times out of the year when they have like stupid stuff like that.
Pretty funny. I did not know that.
Like cornhole.
No, well, cornhole actually is on like other networks and stuff, but no, like there's like stupid games, like crazy, weird, stupid games. Like because the ESPN 8, the Ocho only comes out like I think it's like 2 months a year or 3 months a year or something like that.
Oh yeah, and they just
Yeah,
cram
it's
it
not
all
on
into
all
those
year
2-3
round.
months.
Yeah, it's not on all year
Okay.
round. It's just whatever like the couple programs that they have or whatever it is, I believe.
So, do you think that you're easy to get along with, both of you guys?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Frank's like, me. Let's put it this way: do the people that you work with enjoy working with you?
Yeah.
Do you think that if you
think
weren't
so.
you and you came into your job, do you think that you would get along with you?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you're easygoing, would you say?
I would get nothing done if I worked with me.
If I worked with me, would you? All right. Would you have a clone or like a surrogate of you, where like you could be
Love to have a
home?
clone.
No,
Like
Danny.
multiplicity?
Well, not a
I would
clone, not a
I'm not
clone, not a
surrogating
clone.
myself.
Not a clone, like a surrogate, where like you put on something and it covers your eyes and it connects to your brain, and you can control like this robot surrogate type
No, I
thing.
wouldn't want that. I'd want a clone though.
So it would have a mind of its own. It would be its own person, just exactly like you.
But I have to sit in this chair to fucking
You would want a
make it work
clone of
and not be me.
yourself?
No. Yeah, hell yeah.
What if it becomes better than you?
Have you ever seen the movie Multiplicity? I hope he becomes better than me.
Have you ever seen any other artificial intelligent movie that has to do with
I don't want
somebody
another
cloning
me that's
somebody?
better than me. I'm better than me.
I don't know actually. Wait, I didn't hear what you said, Joe, because I was listening to his question.
I say
He
no.
doesn't. He doesn't want a clone that's better than him because he's better than him.
Oh, really? Oh,
I don't
I don't
know.
want- I
Eventually,
don't want another me being better than me.
why? If it's
okay.
still
Let
you,
me. So let me
I'd be
rephrase
okay
the
with it.
question. Let me rephrase
It's
the
not
question.
me. It's a clone of me. So it's not
Would you-
really me.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm me.
Would you have another you that would do all of your dirty work every day? Go to work, pick up the kids, go feed the girlfriend.
What am I
whatever.
gonna do at home?
Feed the girlfriend?
That's literally everything I've been referencing.
No, but I'm saying like, so if you could now, let's say you can control it with your mind, would you do that instead of having another clone?
No,
So you would take a clone over a surrogate.
that's exactly what I said about 45 seconds ago.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm because probably gonna have clones soon. So
Oh, honestly, if they have a clone project and they're like, "Oh, we're taking people like to try," sign me up. I'll try it. I'll be one of those to try it out. Tell me I can come home with two of me. Absolutely.
nobody, I don't think who wants two of you, Frank.
Wow, that's mean. Definitely not
Oh.
my wife. Actually, now that you said that.
She barely gets. She barely. Oh, Frank. I would take you twice over. I'd be like,
Bro,
Frank,
if
you
I
coming
can
to
get
Dave?
twice as
No
much
doubt.
production
Frank, are
done.
you coming to Dave? Yeah. All right. No, oh, you got shit to do. All right.
But that's what I'm saying. If I had a clone, then I could actually, I could be so much more productive.
Would you be productive with the clone, or would your clone be productive as a
Well,
clone?
see, that's the thing is,
That's what
Here's
I'm
the real-
saying.
here's
You
the
don't
real
want- there's gonna
question.
be what?
Here's the real
Clone's
question, 'cause
gonna
they have a mind of
outdo
their own.
you?
at what point, how long is the clone even really going to want to do that before it wants its own life?
This guy's life sucks. I'm gonna.
You know
do
what I
my
mean?
own.
Like, how long is the clone really going to want to be your fucking partner to fucking your life?
Yeah.
So that's the real question. But yeah, if it was like they would definitely want to, and it would be me, but like me too would like me number two would also definitely want to be
Number
a part of my
two.
life. Would also definitely want to be a part of my life and the same goals and whatever. Then yeah, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's get double production done. Because I wouldn't be like a dick to my clone in the sense I would give him everything to do and I'd do only the fun stuff. I'd split everything up like fairly, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we can get this, and this done, and then we could all do this, or you can do this while I do
But
this.
now you're bringing a clone into your life that just has to do chores.
Yeah, but
One of
also
you
gets
is
the
going to have
enjoyment
to be
side
doing
too.
the production stuff. The
But that's
other
just
one of you
life.
is going to
That's
have
you
to
when
be
you bring
picking
a
up the
kid into the
kids.
world. That's when you bring a kid into the world, it's the same thing. That's why when they say like, I didn't be asked to be brought into this world, kids say that to their parents. That's what that means. You're cloning yourself in a sense, just a little differently, or whatever. But that's what that is. That kid is going to go through all that same stuff, and there's also joy that comes with it. That's the beauty of life, bro.
Wow, well put.
That's
Frank.
well spent. Well said.
Sped. Well sped.
Like drop.
Drop your mic. Drop your mic. Drop your mic.
Well sped.
Well said. Okay, so when do you think the next war is going to be? The next world war?
Hopefully never, Danny.
Soon.
Never. Will never be another war.
Within
You
the
don't
next
think-
20 years.
Of course, I'm giving it less than that because
Me
we already
too.
went. We already went 15 without a war. So, what's up next?
I'm gonna go conspiracy just for a second, but I did see this thing today that said about why Joe Biden's like election was rigged because of how Hillary was supposed to win and Trump ended up winning. So they were like, "Oh my God, we can't we look like we're not in control here. People fucking obviously overdid what we didn't want to happen and blah 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 type of shit." So that they rigged the election in the sense to get Sleepy Joe so they could fuck everything up, and
Continue
do
with their
everything they
agenda.
wanted, and yeah, exactly.
No, that's true. It's not a myth.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
like-
they did.
I didn't want to
That's
be like.
why
I mean,
don't
I
know.
didn't think the
theory.
election was rigged in any way, but I also didn't really pay attention to the election. Like, I'm not very into politics. Like
Right.
that,
I
so-
don't think the whole rigging thing was really a thing. I just think that they openly really wanted him as president so that they continue their agenda. There's no
But I think it's
conspiracy to
funny
that.
because at least to me, in my opinion, at least of all the people that didn't want Trump when he was in office, that wanted him out, I think at least 60% of them want him back now. And I think that part of it is funny. Like how
I
many of the
think it's
people
more
didn't like
funny
him want him
that
back?
He has like a 6% approval rating now at this point.
Yeah, I can't
6%.
believe that. I can't believe. I'm surprised.
Down
I
from
really
only
thought he was-
24. And this
I
guy
really-
apparently got the most votes in history from presidency.
I really thought that
His
he was gonna
campaigns
come
were
back.
less than 50,000 every single time. Less than 20,000.
Oh, Biden? Yeah, he
Yeah.
really didn't campaign at all. That was one of the things they said. That's how much he knew it was in the bag that he didn't have to campaign.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But
He's
dude, I
having-
really thought Trump was gonna come back strong. And they said that his like percentage chance of like whatever it looks like so far is not really that great. So it doesn't look like he might come back into office. But I was hoping he was gonna, just to piss everybody off because I'm an asshole.
He can run again. Who
No, I
knows?
know.
Or
No,
he'll
he
back
will. He
somebody
definitely
else.
will.
Oh, he's going to.
He definitely will, but I don't think he'll win again, is what I'm saying. From what I was like reading and looking up. But I would like to see
What-
him win again. I didn't hate him as a president. I thought he definitely should have just shut the fuck up and shouldn't have had a Twitter account. But I didn't hate him as a president. I definitely was like not against Biden either in the beginning. Like I was like, all right, let's see what he does too. I'm cool with that, like whatever. But I don't like him anymore. But I wouldn't
You're
have been
part of
mad
that
if Trump.
6%.
But was that? Yeah, a little bit. But I also wouldn't have been mad if Trump won again. Like I wasn't a Trump hater. I wasn't like, no, get him out of office. Well, I was cool with him staying in too again. That's why I said, like, I really don't care about politics like that, though.
All right, I got a questions. This is gonna take us, excuse me, to a different conversation.
All right.
If you could team up with any cartoon team or character from your childhood, who would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. I need a second.
Think about it.
No mind.
If you could team up with any character from your childhood, who would it be and why?
Hey Arnold and the gang.
Yeah. Hey
boy!
Arnold.
Yeah, really?
That's my dude, man.
All right.
Hell yeah, him and his whole squad. I'd be out there playing stickball in the beginning of the show every day.
I think. Go ahead. You want to go, Frank?
No,
Them
no.
or Cat Dog.
Nice.
Cat Dog was
I like
dope.
where
I
you
love
went
Cat
with this.
Dog.
I
Cat
would
Dog and the Angry
fucking-
Beavers were
I
probably
would
my
have
two,
a
like,
blast with those two.
in that like stage, like with
Joe,
Cow and
give me
Chicken,
one
Cat
more,
Dog,
Joe.
all that stuff. I liked Angry Beavers and Cat Dog. I also like Cow and Chicken, but that
One
wasn't one that I
more?
would pick to like be
One more.
like.
I got a good one for you. A good little gang that I would get along with. I would like
I
to team up with.
I think I know what it's gonna
And
be.
you don't know what it's gonna be.
All right.
Ed, and Eddie.
Damn.
I like Ed, Ed, and Eddie. That was.
I
a
was
good
not
show.
expecting that. I would join the Mystery Gang from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
I would join the Mystery Gang, Scooby Doo, or Ninja Turtles because I want to fight crime.
Of
Obs.
course. Ninja
I was gonna say
Turtle.
I was waiting for you to say Ninja Turtles. That would be definitely one for you.
Or the Jetsons.
That's a good
Really?
one too.
I would like to be part of the Jetsons. 100%.
All right.
What do you think, Frank? Top 3. I'm only going 3 this time.
I like Ren and Stimpy.
You would be part of their gang?
I definitely liked Ren and Stimpy.
Okay. I would probably choose Beavis and Butthead over Ren and Stimpy, but
See,
I
no,
got you.
Beavis and Butthead were like more dumb. Like I wouldn't want to be a part of their game. They were funny to watch, but like
They're coming out with a new movie, by the way.
definitely go Celebrity Deathmatch.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
That's a
So you
good
would be a
one.
claymation figure that just gets beat up.
That's
Be
great.
in a fight. Hell yeah, I would totally go Celebrity Deathmatch.
Excuse me.
Is that considered like a character though? Like cartoon characters from your childhood?
I mean,
Yeah.
it was
I-
to me. It was animation that I
Okay.
You're a
watched.
pass,
Okay.
Frank. That was a good one. Pass. You get
Thank
a pass.
you.
Go ahead. What
Thank
else you
you.
got? What else you got?
Ah,
What you got? One more? Ren and Stimpy, Celebrity Deathmatch, and what else?
I would have did Pinky in the Brain. over it.
That's a good one. On the Animaniacs.
that's a good one. Pinky and the Brain is a good one. I'm not officially saying this one, but Johnny Bravo would also be
I was thinking that. I
a good
swear to
one
God, I
for
was
Danny
thinking
that
that.
I feel like would be a good one.
You know who my other one? I got one other guy I would chill with. It'd be my guy. For
Space
sure.
Ghost?
No, I
Oh,
would like
Coast to
Space
Coast, that's a good
Coast
one.
to Coast. Yes, but no, even better for me. I would go with Dexter.
Dexter.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's
Laboratory.
Yeah,
See,
Me and
I
my
was
little
thinking,
shit, we'll be getting into some shit.
for my third one, I would actually go more like Looney Tunes in the sense. Like,
Okay.
but I was trying to pick one or think of one, and I think I'd have to go with the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
That's a good one too.
Okay, interesting. I would also want to be part of the Magic School Bus with Miss Fritz.
That's a good one.
Hell yeah.
That is a good one.
Hell yeah. Go
Oh,
on
you know what?
adventures.
I just saw this, so this would be a good one too. I'd definitely go Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you guys were ever into Dragon Ball
Okay.
Z when you were younger.
Okay.
I
Kid
was
wants to be a Super Saiyan. I get it.
Super
That-
Saiyan, bro.
In that case, I would have wanted to have been in Pokemon.
Yeah, see, I would have been a good one too.
That's a
I can
good
see
one.
that.
I
can
can
see
see
that.
me running around catching Pokemon all day.
I would love to be part of the mystery gang. That'd be so cool.
Going and solving mysteries, getting
You
scared
know?
all the fucking time. Hell no.
It was old Dr. Phillips down from the junkyard.
You're a detective. I wouldn't want to be a detective. I'd rather
Hell
go
yeah.
with like what Joe was saying.
You want to figure shit out? Originally, when I first asked this question, I was like, all right, who would I rather team up with? Carmen San Diego or Where's Waldo?
Oh, Carmen San. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Carmen Sandiego or Where's Waldo?
That's a good show. I remember that. How about wait? Here's a blast from the past. You guys remember the Wild Thornberries?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would choose Rugrats over Wild Thornberries, and I would choose Recess over Hey Arnold.
Oh, I love
What?
Recess. Schoolhouse. That was a
Yeah.
good one.
Hundo P.
No, I like
Hundo
Hey
P.
Arnold better than Recess. but Recess was a good show.
I would take Rocco's Modern Life over any of that.
Yo,
How
true.
about Doug? Nobody said Doug.
Nobody wants to hang out with Doug. Fuck Doug.
Yeah, fuck Doug.
The Beats.
Skeeter.
He's over here crying over Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah, Patty.
Fuck
Man.
out of here.
Bro, Hey
Skeeter.
Arnold was
Skeeter
just.
ditches
Oh no,
a
he
man
wasn't
in
crying
crime.
over what's her name. She was crying over him. Fucking what was her name in Hey Arnold? The girl. that loved him?
Fuck. I can't think about it. Helga.
Was it?
Elba G. Batagi. Come on.
Yeah. Oh wow! All he needed to hear was that. Did he remember the whole thing?
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right. So if you had to choose Carmen San Diego or Where's Waldo,
Where's Waldo? Definitely.
you're
Carmen
hiding from the
Sandiego.
government.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
You're
what
you're,
I
play,
do,
you're
bro.
Jason Bourne. You're Jason Bourne, but it's Carmen
Yeah.
San Diego or Where's Waldo.
Carmen San Diego.
I'm going Carmen San Diego. I always find Waldo. He's not that difficult to
Yeah. Facts.
find.
Right, which is why I never get away with anything. But you know.
Oh man,
That's
I
fun.
like this shit. That's fun.
That was a good one.
I like that. That's fun.
Oh wait, you know
What
what?
are-
Nobody said Rocket Power.
Oh shit.
Mm,
I wouldn't have
Really? You
even
weren't?
thought.
Oh, you're not like
No.
into like skateboarding and
no,
stuff
no,
like that, huh?
like Rocket Power was dope. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like I would watch it, but I wouldn't want to join the gang. I'm sorry. If they were like, you
That
got
was
to
a
do this
cool
to join the
gang,
gang,
too.
I was like, nah.
the kid that always wore the backwards hat, the stupid one, he was funny. And then they had like the smart guy on the computer. And the chick was the most athletic one out of all of them.
Yup.
But the other guy was like the face. Like her brother was like the face. He was like, every group needs a pretty boy.
You could be our pretty boy. You got a fresh
No,
haircut.
Danny,
You're looking
don't
fresh.
even.
as
You know,
fuck,
you
boy.
saying that. The guy that says that is always the one that knows he's the pretty boy of the group. Like Danny knows he's the most good-looking one. That's why he can say
No
that easily.
way.
Like, that's you, bro. It's you.
It's all you. It's always been you.
Heavy
All right.
wink.
So I got another one for you. And this one, it's odd for me, but what is a smell that brings back great memories or brings you back to a time where you wish you could be?
I got one
A
right
smell.
away. But Joe, you want to go first?
I don't
No.
have one to think of.
I got two. Go ahead.
So you know, like the apple cinnamon like smell that comes around at Christmas.
Yes.
Like there's always like the potpourris that smell like that spiced apple or like whatever.
Like a wreath.
Always reminds me of my grandma's house because she just always had that like, at the holidays and stuff,
Wow.
whatever. So like every time I smell that, I just always think of like being in my grandma's living room when I was little.
So, all right.
That
You
one
good?
and Dolce and Gabbana light blue perfume.
Ooh.
Karen, so 13 years ago now. When Karen used to come into work, like I would know she came into work in the back door even
'Cause you would
before she
smell
came
her?
down the hallway because I knew her perfume and I loved the smell of her perfume. And like even now to this day, like she always wears her perfume like on her work jacket or whatever, her work like sweatshirt that she wears to work all the time. and she has it hanging up over here. And like sometimes when I walk by, like I'll get a whiff of her perfume, and I was
Oh,
like I do. It's just one of the smells I always loved. So Karen's perfume and that spiced apples.
interesting. So I had Joe, you want to go?
Yeah, you can go.
All right. I got two of them, and each one reminds me of a different grandmother. You know those it's like a tin box of cookies, quote unquote, but there's
Mhm.
never any cookies in there.
Yeah.
Those cookies remind me of my great grandmother's house in Brooklyn on Kings Highway from my father's side.
You talking about the
And-
butter cookies that come in like the
Yes.
different shapes and the
Yup.
like thing, and it has like the little sugar on it? Oh, I
Yup.
love those cookies,
Those are
dude.
so fire.
Love
Whenever
those
I smell or
cookies.
taste those, it brings me back to like 3 or 4 years old, hanging out the window, just eating those cookies. And the other one is, I guess it's kind of a two-parter, but it's like whenever I smell sauce being made, like marinara sauce or something like that, I think of my grandmother on my mother's side. And whenever I smell Windex, because she would always have a plastic,
What?
she would always have a plastic covering over the dinner table.
And
at
she
the
used Windex
end,
to clean it?
or after every meal, before like right before coffee, we'd clean it. And like my aunts, they would get all the plates and everything set up or take it into the kitchen. My grandmother would and spray it, and I'd
That's
be
funny.
watching cartoons or something, hanging out with my uncles or something like that. So whenever I'm at work and I'm spraying shit to clean up, it always brings me back to like before I was 10 years old
That's
when
a
I
good
was
one.
just chilling there. I was like, oh damn, I miss those days.
That's a good one, bro. You know what's funny too? It's always something that like is like exactly family or someone that's close to you. Like the smell is always something that's like,
Not me. I don't have anything for family.
really?
Yeah, mine is okay. So I already love the smell of waffle cone. Like
Oh, I
fresh
fucking
baked
love
waffle
waffles.
cone.
A waffle
When you
cone.
smell it outside, you ever go to like Ben and Jerry's or any of those ice cream
Yeah.
places that make it fresh and you smell it from like a fucking 3 blocks away?
Yes.
So I'll never forget when a long time ago, way in the past, more than 5 years ago, when I did the internship for Disney.
Long time ago.
Oh, wow,
10
long
plus
time
One
years.
of my first days finally being out there living alone for the first time in a program for a place that I loved. Like that was such a big deal for me. Anyway, like I went to downtown Disney within like that first week. And I forget the ice cream place that's there in downtown Disney, but all you smelled was waffle cone. And
Really?
I miss that shit so much. Anytime I smell waffle cone, I think of being right there for the first time in downtown Disney, officially being out in Florida. And it was like those were such fun and good times in my life. And like just being there and being so fucking happy and excited and smelling one of my favorite smells. It's just like anytime I smell waffle cone, I
Yeah.
immediately go right to that day.
So
Standing
that's-
there, literally taking it all in. That's what I did. I smelled it and I did a circle and looked around.
I can feel that way about Snickerdoodles and Disney, because around Disney time, a lot of the restaurants, if you
You've
go
said
around
that
to
before.
them, they will hand out Snickerdoodle cookies.
I remember you
hot
talking
chocolate.
about this before, especially like in Disney and stuff. I've
Yeah.
heard you say that before about Snickerdoodles.
So fucking good. And Gen B. Snickerdoodles remind me of Gen B.
That's pretty funny.
You definitely have said that about the Snickerdoodles on a past episode. I can't
So
remember
fucking
which
good.
one. All right, so wait, I got one, and I
Shoot.
want to answer last because I think mine is funny. But where is the most inspiring place that you've ever been?
Most inspiring place I've ever been. Do I have to have been there, or can someone have showed me videos or pictures of it?
Danny, where is the most inspiring place that you have ever been?
Can you use it in a sentence? Can I have the definition, please? The most inspiring place that I've ever been.
Some place that you went that was just so awesome, beautiful, amazing, whatever, that like inspired you
So off the
to
top of my
want to do
head,
something, or something, yeah, to want to do something.
off the top of my head, Disneyland Animation Studios. I think I went there for the first time a couple years ago, more than 5, and I was with a friend, and I just walked in to the place, and it's all blue. It's cool, and they had like cool as in temperature wise, and they just have different screens up, and on each screen is an animation from like Pocahontas or The Lion King or Peter Pan, and it shows you how each cell was made when they were still drawing everything. And I was just looking up and I was in awe. I was like, this is fucking incredible. This is what I want to be doing. Came home and I started doing a couple Disney designs. I did one for Captain, like actually, whatever you want to call it. I did like a villains segment where I did the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland, and the Evil Queen from Snow White. I did Jafar,
That's dope.
Hades, yeah, Scar, and Ursula. And I just fucking took a couple quotes that they did. I did a quote and like I edited it and I did some cool design shit with it. It's real dope.
Yeah, so not to like totally veer off, because I do want to hear Joe answer this question too, and I want to answer it. But did you know, because you made me think of this and you'll probably really enjoy it. My sister showed me this a couple months back. Did you know that Disney did a thing like that? Because a lot of the ones you said were villains. And so I'm assuming that like you were just into the artwork of like the villains and stuff like that at that time. There is actually a book series that Disney came out with that is each villain of each story, and it's like their side of the story. So it's like,
You know what? I think I've
like
heard
The
of
Little
that.
Mermaid,
Yeah.
and it's like they're real books, like they're adult books, but it's like Ursula from The Little Mermaid, or like
Their
Jafar,
version
or
of what they, yeah, why
yes,
they were made
of
to
the
look as a
movie, or
bad
like
guy in this version, but their story,
basically,
side.
yeah, exactly. And the only one that she has, I think it was Maleficent, and she said it was really good. But yeah, dude, I thought that was such a cool concept. So you made me think of that. But Joe, what about you? Any inspiring places?
Yeah, actually, something kind of a little weird. I go to, not recently, like I actually legit have not been there recently, like, but in the
like more than
past-
5 years.
Right, I've gone there a lot. I go to Rhode Island a lot, Newport, and there's just something about that place. So the first off is like I do this cliff walk thing they have there. You like walk this whole 3 mile cliff. You know, you could start at different points. You don't have to do the whole 3 miles. Along the whole thing is like these mansions. I mean, like unrealistic places and properties. Like they're historic at this point, and it's along the water, and it's just beautiful. Like everything about it, the scenery about Rhode Island and the cliffs off the water with the sailboats, and then you can go inside these places and do like tours, and they're just so jaw-dropping. And like when you're on the property, like, you know, on the second floor of like a fucking old 1800, like everything's marble, old, original in there. It's kind of,
Like Venetian,
yeah, you know what I mean? It's
So-
kind of just
like Salem-esque.
jaw-dropping, kind of, yeah.
Victorian is the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Not Venetian.
There's many different style houses you can go into. There's Victorian ones. There's more of the marble house. There's another house that's, I can't explain it. They're just all different, and all of them have so much history, and they're
That's cool.
so big. And you think of how these people really lived and how it was built, and like so many years ago, and how even today, like some of the richest people wouldn't build a house like this.
Gotcha.
And
That's
it's
crazy.
just it was inspiring. It's kind of crazy, you know. It made you think like you want to do something like that, and like to live in an area like that, to have such beautiful scenery.
Good one.
That's pretty dope. Go ahead, Frank. You wanted to wait till
Yeah.
yours was the end.
So the place that I get the most inspiration is the bathroom.
How did I know you were gonna say something like that? I swear to God, bro. Because
Whenever I'm sitting on the toilet or I'm taking a shower,
Oh well, I didn't
I-
think you said like where do we get
That's
this?
no,
the
I did
most
mean that. I
inspirational
did mean that,
place.
but that's why I went that way on purpose. But I do think that the bathroom is such a place for inspiration, and like,
everybody gets their ideas in the shower.
but that's what I was saying, is it's not even in the sense for just ideas, but because of that, like, what is it about the bathroom that, or like when you're taking a shower or sitting down, like obviously whenever I'm sitting on the toilet without my phone, but like,
You have time to think.
yeah, like it's just
You're
like,
just alone with your thoughts.
and
Can
I
I,
don't
put a
know.
pin in that for a second? It irritates me. I have this clock in my bathroom, and it goes every second, and I can't have a shit in silence, and it's
But you
annoying
don't
to
like
me.
it?
No, because
See, that's
usually
actually
when
like peaceful to me.
usually when I first wake up and I go to the bathroom, like I will sit there and I'll try to remember my dream or I'll try to review what just happened. But every time I'll cover my ears with my thumbs and my eyes with my hands and I'll try to think about my dream and what just happened, try to remember it. And all I can hear is I'm like, these fucking time goes by. Time doesn't wait for no one. And that's what's fucked up about it.
Honestly, I would think that's that's like soothing. Like even when you did it, it sounded
Yeah.
just like the clock, like perfect, by the way. But yeah, like I don't know. I
Thanks.
thought
I've been
that was, like,
practicing.
in the mirror, like your handshakes.
No, that's different. That's preparation. This is just practicing. If someone's ever like life or death, make a clock sound. I'm like, done.
Done.
You silly.
That's funny.
All right, I got one to finish up on. If you can you describe, better yet, just
Oh my God! Don't do the 6 words thing.
describe your life in
No,
5
don't,
words,
no,
I
less than
not
10
doing
I
words.
can't. What do you mean?
Yeah, I can't because I'm gonna sit there and
Fucking
be like,
nuts, man.
no, I'm not doing that.
Ready?
Fucking nuts.
Wow. What the fuck just happened?
So it's like, what do you mean? You said, wow, what the fuck just, oh, in 6 or 5?
And 6.
Either one. I said less than 10, but Frank cut me off.
Oh, I don't know. I just saw the thing from your end thing, and I was like, no, I knew you were gonna ask that one too. There was definitely a couple other better
Think
ones.
you
that
know
could've-
me? You think you know me, Frank?
Well, yeah, I do. Exactly. I knew you were gonna ask that one because you could have said like, where in the world would you love to live most, or something like that, and I would have been like, dope. That would have been better to end off with. But like,
All
you
right,
have
Frank,
to do those
where in the world would you
inspirational,
like
like,
to live
oh, name your
most?
life in 5 words.
Describe your life in less than 10 words. One sentence.
Oh damn! It happened again.
Yeah,
I
You
don't
don't have
know.
one? What could possibly fucking happen next?
Yeah, there you go. That's
Oh,
a good
God.
one.
Right? That was a good one. That
Oh,
would be
That
mine.
was a good one.
Damn,
Right?
Joe. That's good. I don't even know what to say after that.
Okay.
That was a good one.
You're
That's
welcome.
it.
I think that
Fuck,
applies to
man.
all of us. We're good.
It does. There
Joe
it
speaks
is.
for all of us when he says this.
Damn, what could possibly happen next?
And I mean all of us, including the listeners. Y'all know you feel that way.
You definitely feel that way. Joe's
No,
Joe
wait,
just-
wait. What could possibly fucking happen next?
Okay, there it is.
Don't mess that up.
There it is. That's it. Joe just touched everyone's heart and soul with those 6 words.
Absolutely.
Oh man. On that note, thank you all for the likes, listen, shares, and follows. We appreciate your support. Please subscribe on YouTube. Check us out.